Justin Trudeau was in Calgary last Friday for the Stampede and also to re-announce funding for the ring road that was already approved by the previous Conservative government a year ago. There's no doubt that this was just another excuse to come and schmooze and take selfies, and he even went as far as saying, "I know Calgarians, I know Albertans. You don't need a lot of support. You guys are doing great. You're picking yourselves up again after a slump." These are clearly the words of someone that hasn't spent any solid amount of time in the province recently, not knowing the desperation of the thousands that are out of work and worrying about how they're going to make their next mortgage payment, pay their bills, or even buy groceries. What would offer some hope is getting the right infrastructure in place to get people back to work. I'm talking about a pipeline that would create jobs, get our resource to market, and also provide ethical Canadian oil to Eastern Canada. But Trudeau had more of the same on offer at his announcement on Friday. No commitments and more jabs at the Conservatives for apparently not getting any pipelines built while they were in power. I thought the election was over in October.
After 10 years of a government that, for all its rhetoric, for all the inflated, bombastic, blowhard remarks that it tried to make at home and abroad, the previous government was unable to get the public trust necessary to build pipelines to get resources to market.
If I had a dime for every time a Liberal or NDP supporter made that claim, which is false by the way, I'd be a millionaire. The Conservatives got 4 pipelines built while they were in charge. The Enbridge Alberta Clipper, the Enbridge Line 9 reversal, the first leg of Trans-Canada Keystone, not to be confused with Keystone XL, which was a proposed extension to already existing pipeline that has since been denied, and the Kinder Morgan Anchor Loop. So what is the solution to getting the critical infrastructure built? How can we make it happen? Well, I asked Brian Jean what his solution would be at his town hall in Airdrie over the weekend.
Well, I have to tell you, I've been clear on my pipeline strategies ever since I've been in politics. 10 years as a federal MP, I was very clear that pipelines need to be built. We need as many options going north, south, east, and west as possible. I think it's about partnerships and working together to build a better future for Alberta, and we have to continue to be the best we possibly can, as we are, in the world, in environmental integrity, stewardship, and make sure that the economic advantages of pipelines actually come back to the people, and that's what I want to see.
It seems that it's only the Conservatives that aren't stalling on these decisions, back the projects 100%, and actually did get shovels in the ground to complete 4 projects. Frankly, I'm not surprised that the Liberals are stalling on pipeline infrastructure. They have their fair share of eco-activists in their own caucus, like Marlo Reynolds, who once worked for the Pembina Institute, Gerald Butts, who signed an oil sands moratorium, and also Jonathan Wilkinson, that held an event in collaboration with the Dogwood Institute, all anti-oil organizations and causes. And not only is the Liberal caucus filled with activists, so is the NDP's. Rachel Notley seems to be pro-pipeline all of a sudden, but that's only in public. In fact, at the Pacific Northwest Economic Region Conference, she said that Alberta can't get pipelines built because we've allowed environmental activists to portray us negatively. That's pretty rich coming from someone that hired the ultimate anti-oil activist, Sephora Berman, that once called Brian Jean's own hometown of Fort McMurray, Mordor, to co-chair an oil sands panel.
The tar sands are the single largest and most destructive industrial project on Earth. So when you're there, it feels a bit like Mordor.
And honestly, I'm encouraging people to oppose these pipelines.
We need to keep the majority of the carbon that we have left, the majority of the oil, the majority of the coal in the ground.
I'm certain she must have been talking about her very own staff and MLAs when she made that statement at the conference. With the Liberals and NDP working against us to get a pipeline built, we have a long road ahead of us. Contrary to what Justin Trudeau says, Alberta isn't doing fine, and the NDP are doing nothing to get people back to work. It seems intuitive to me that in order to get people back to work, more oil and gas jobs need to be created, since it's oil and gas workers that are unemployed. It's as simple as Brian Jean put it, but clearly not for the Liberals and NDP. By the way, if you want to take a stand against Notley and her hiring of people that are clearly in direct conflict with the interests of Albertans, you can visit our website at fireberman.ca. Sign the petition there and have your voice heard. Let Rachel Notley know that it's unacceptable to hire known anti-oil activists to make decisions in the province regarding the future of the oil and gas industry. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.